Hello again. This is Doug, the 2 Minute Gardener. It's time for another Monday mail call. First up, we have Topaz, who was watching the Simplest Wall Garden video, and she was asking Doug, who manufactures this stone? So, Simplest Keystone Products is made by Keystone Wall Systems, and they have licenses with manufacturers around America. So here in San Diego, it's manufactured by RCB Block and Brick. But if you want to find out if this product is available where you live, just look up Keystone Wall Systems and see who the closest manufacturer and distributor are. They're the ones that get a license from Keystone to make these products. Next up, we have Jorge, and he is asking, are there any pink roses that grow with the same vigor and scent as Mr. Lincoln? Unfortunately, among the hybrid teas, there's no pink roses that are as fragrant as Mr. Lincoln. However, there are some really fragrant pink roses that are close. The best that I could think of is called Jubilee Celebration, which is actually a shrub rose, but it kind of looks like a hybrid tea rose. Or you can also go with some of the lavender roses, such as Barbara Streisand or Lagerfeld. Those are really beautiful lavender, kind of purpley hybrid tea roses, and they are very fragrant and big and gorgeous, kind of like Mr. Lincoln. Next, Nora Jean from the same video, Hybrid Teas versus Floribundas. She asks, I live in Ontario, Canada. What are some tips for growing roses up here? So up there, you obviously in Ontario have some more extreme weather conditions, but it really only comes down to the winter part is the extreme. The rest of the year, the weather isn't that crazy. But definitely you want to make sure that your roses are getting 6 hours of sunshine up there in Canada. And make sure to compost the soil, add lots of nutrients. The cold winter tends to kill some of the organisms in your soil, so make sure to add those good compost things and mix it in. And make sure to also you do some good winterizing things. So you'll add a lot of mulch, and if need be, cover the rose up to get it through the winter. Just make sure to Google some tips for winterizing roses in Canada. But a lot of what you see on this channel really does apply to other places around the world, such as Canada. So thank you, Nora Jean. That is a great question. All right, next up, Steven was watching the How to Terrace Your Hillside video, and he was asking, was all that digging done by hand? Yes, Steven, that digging was done by hand. Unfortunately, with that terrace, there was no way to get any kind of excavator, a bobcat, back into the backyard and up that hill. So those guys did all that digging by hand with a jackhammer, saw, pickaxe, and shovel. It was a tremendous amount of work, and they even ran into some boulders while they were making that terracing there. So Unique Landscaping did a really great job whacking away on that hillside to get that terracing up. All right, last question. This one comes from Becky. My Redbuds are 10 years old, and they have started to lose a lot of their foliage this summer. And just for your refresher, Redbuds are deciduous, but they generally don't lose their leaves until November. Is this a disease? What is happening to my Redbuds? So if a redbud tree is starting to really struggle in the summer, and she's from here in San Diego, and we have had a very hot, dry summer, then it is possible that what the redbud has is called verticillium wilt. Now, verticillium wilt is a fungal disease. It attacks the vascular system of the redbud. It basically makes it difficult for the redbud to pull water up through its roots and up into the tree. It basically strangles the redbud slowly to death due to a lack of water. It can kill the redbud. It is a disease that is capable of killing redbud. Unfortunately, verticillium wilt does not have an active cure. So all you can do if you notice it in your tree is use a sterile pair of pruners and try to trim out the diseased part. Make sure you sterilize those pruners every single time you make a cut so you're not spreading the disease farther in your tree. Also, because it tends to really get bad in a tree in the summer when it's hot and dry, make sure to add a lot of extra moisture. If it's on a drip irrigation, add some more emitters. If it's on a soaker, get some more water to it. But that tree is in desperate need of thirst and could die from lack of water if you don't get that extra water and prune it out. So again, it's verticillium wilt. It's a fungal disease that can attack redbuds. Well, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for all of these great questions. Again, this is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener. Make sure to send me those questions via the comments of all these different videos or all the places that I post these videos. So thanks again for these questions. This is the end of another edition of Monday Mail Call. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, and I will see you next time.